Welcome everybody back to Secrets of the Stars. This is episode 26. I'm your host, Paranormal Ripples, aka Ray, and I'm joined once again by my friend Caleb.
Alright.
And before we start, we're going to be talking about UFOs again in this topic. So make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy it, subscribe if you haven't already, share it, all that good stuff, and check out Caleb's channel as well, Shadow Assassin. He's a guy, and he's on his display thing. So go and get that from subscribe from me. And right, let's begin. So, what do we know about UFOs? Well, we know that they've been frequently visiting our planet for as long as ancient texts have been around. We know that they could be pilotless or piloted. But there's been a theory a couple years ago from that was made made public on Good Morning Britain of all places. One of our daytime talk shows in the morning, which is like Good Morning America for you guys in America. Basically, one of our astronauts, Tim Peake, has come out and said that the UFOs could be time travelers from the future. They could be the human race from the future coming back to the planet. So before I look at the articles and read them to you guys, I want to get Caleb's thoughts. What do you think? Is it bull? Do you think he's onto something, or do you think he's bullshitting?
I think it's a possible theory. It's always possible because we don't know what they look like. We don't know exactly what they are. We've not fully understood it. So that everything's on the table.
That's the thing. But then again, if they're coming back, what are they coming back to warn us about? Because they're obviously coming back to tell us something, or they're coming back to do something. If they are future race, it's like they're trying to warn us of something coming, or they're just looking back and going, "Oh, how far we advanced now?" You know, it looks like it could be anything, really, couldn't it?
Aye.
Don't know, rude. Before we jumped the gun here. Think about it like this: in the 1950s and 60s, you had magazines coming out that in this time of the I'm gonna put it, our evolution, we should be having flying cars, and the first flying car was only patented a few years ago, and yeah, it's been locked up now. No one's been able to sell it. I know why is that? Why do companies not want us to have flying cars? And yet, everyone was predicting that we'd have flying cars by now. That's one thing, because I think companies are a bit of a arsehole like that, because they want money, don't they? So, yeah, Tim Peake was the guy who like I said, was a guy who was come forward with this information to say that we could be visited by future people. This is an article that was done on Futurism, and it says by all people, Doc Brown. Well, where's your DeLorean, Doc? Or where's your train now? I should say, because he went back in the train. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a human time traveler from the future. That's the theory, at least. That British astronaut Tim Peake says he's heard from pilots who've encountered what the US government calls unexplained aerial phenomena, or UAPs. In an interview with Good Morning Britain, Peake diplomatically responded to questions about UAPs, better known as UFOs, to the average non-nerd by regaling the host with a particularly strange theory he'd heard. What's your private theory? Richard Madley asked the European Space Agency astronaut. Do you think these are things from realms beyond, or the development of secret weapons? The astronaut admitted that, having seen some of the US government's videos, he doesn't believe they show secret weaponry. Well, that's true. I don't know whether you've seen it, mate, because I don't know any videos going around, but they don't seem to have weapons, do they? They just seem to be
Not to
just
my knowledge.
no, they just seem to just be flying around, don't they? From zipping from place. I heard one theory where a pilot was talking about potentially in the future they've developed time travel. Is it something that's come back from the future? This elicited polite laughter from the GMB hosts, and the astronaut conceded. Now, in spite of all these theories going around about the nature of these unidentified and unexplained phenomena, ultimately we do not know. And there you go. That sounds even more outlandish than the concept of extraterrestrial visitors. The theory has been floated around before. In early 2020, Montana Technological University professor and author Michael Masters released a book positing that UFOs are us from the future, and that the humans piloting these from the future could be abducting people to study them in an anthropological sense. Oh my god. I don't think they're going to abduct humans just to go do it for anthropology, mate. They're going to, know who we mix with in the future. We might be mixed with aliens, so they might be wondering,
Yeah.
Now here's the video. Look, GMB's you just go and listen to that. But yeah, it's crazy. And then you have this theory, this article from last year, which from Caroline Delbert or Delbert, going, last summer, a British astronaut made the news when he referred to someone's theory that UFOs in our skies may be future humans looking back at us. With Tim Peake is a decorated test pilot and was the first European Space Agency astronaut from the UK, with over half a year spent in space, including on the International Space Station. And but it got this journalist thinking. Look, time travel is an iconic storytelling mechanism. It's hard to say for sure what the very first time travel story was. People point to H.G. Wells' obviously time travel, but as the first description of a time machine. Previously, stories like Rip Van Winkle suggested a telescoping of time, but by supernatural rather than mechanical means. People travel through time in machines like Doctor Who, obviously, and Star Trek. Sometimes, like in Stephen King's story, The Jaunt, someone disappears into a rift and reappears far older. In the all-time great episode The Inner Light, tutorial Star Trek's Captain Picard spends a lifetime inside an anomaly, and time has passed for them normally, but in that pocket dimension, existed outside of regular time, which is crazy. People are creative in the way they and wave away time travel in fiction. What's that, mate?
Sorry, it's cut out again. Streamlabs, can you send the link again?
You want the link again here? All right.
Aye.
There you go. Right. So I was gonna say, talking about this, everyone, and I'm gonna ask Caleb this now. What do you think time travel is? Do you think it's gonna be like do you think it's gonna be like just like we're gonna have a machine, or do you think we're gonna have like these UFOs? Do you think we're just gonna have a UFO which can go the speed of light and just come back into time. I think he'll be found.
I mean, I believe it's a contraption of sorts, like a big machine, like can send multiple people anywhere at any time.
So by big machine, do you mean like something like Hadron Collider in Switzerland?
Something like that.
It wouldn't surprise me if that was a thing, because they do say that since they've been messing about it, everyone, that's how the Mandela effect got started. So apparently what's his name was close to solving the equation for time travel, and then he passed away. What's his name? Einstein. We had the theory all sorted and saying, and I can't remember how it was, but I swear he had a theory for time travel. Yeah, his theory of relativity. Time's flow depends on how fast you're moving. The quicker you travel, the slower seconds pass. And according to Einstein's general theory of relativity, gravity also affects clocks. The more forceful the gravity nearby, the slower time goes. Einstein stated that it is possible for one to travel into the future if one travels at the speed of light.
Yeah.
I thought he said something like that. But we ain't even running a hell to harness the power of light yet. The speed of light. And yet these UFOs that see, no offense, but even these UFOs that are coming to our planet seem to have harnessed it.
What do you think would happen if we could travel faster than light?
I think we'd be out amongst the stars now. I think we'd be trying to colonize places.
Yeah.
I'm not being deceitful. If you said to me now, and if you said to anyone with money, like no, not me, but if you said to Zuckerberg or Elon Musk or that, especially Elon Musk with his SpaceX program, if you went up to him and to tomorrow and said, right, we found the equation for the speed of light, can you start working on this and that because we want to test something out? He'd start building the rockets now, and he'll be like, right, you can have about 5 or 6 and that, and let's go come see if we can see any more planets. He'd be gay as fuck, wouldn't he?
He would, yeah.
Because look at him now. He look at all the money he's preparing to fly at the Mars, the expedition to get back to Mars. Oh. There are some periods of backward time travel, like maybe something far out that involves a wormhole. Yeah, I've heard that. Wormhole. A lot of them. I know a lot of programs do that on like Star Trek and everything, but apparently wormholes are a thing in space at the minute. They discovered them the other year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they discovered a wormhole in space, I believe. But I can't remember when it was. And they've discovered X points across I don't know if I'm show on it, mate, but when you go back and watch them, they discovered X points among the Earth, around the Earth, you know. That it could be wormholes. You know. Scientists simulate baby wormhole. They've simulated it there to try and do it, but look. It's like that where is it? I know somewhere they've done it. There you go. This is what I didn't get this hardcore, but this is what I was on about. There you go. The theory of wormholes. There you go. NASA recently reported that the University of Iowa plasma physicist Jack Scudder discovered that there are regions in Earth's magnetic field that directly connect it to the magnetic field of the sun. So they're thinking that these portals could be wormholes that link us and the sun.
Yeah.
So basically, they're saying if you could get through one, you'd basically be at the sun. There you go. These magnetic poles come in a variety of sizes and durations. Some are small and disappear quickly, while others are large and expanding and long last. Tons of energetic particles can flow through these openings, eating Earth's upper atmosphere, sparking geomagnetic storms and igniting bright polar auroras. They're thinking this is one of the reasons behind the Northern Lights. And, the Aurora Borealis.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense in a way, because the sun, because we're not always in the sun's like direct view, are we? Field of view.
Not
So
necessarily.
how else could So how could we have the Aurora Borealis still when there's one field they put in? Fabio Costa is a quantum physicist at the University of Queensland in Australia. Back in 2020, he collaborated with a student on a paper titled Reversible Dynamics with Closed Time-like Curves and Freedom of Choice. In this paper, they explained that they explained the grandfather paradox. What if you went back in time to kill your own grandfather? That would then mean you never existed at all and could therefore not kill your grandfather. So what if traveling back in time were possible, as it seems it could be, within certain frameworks of quantum mechanics? Could we avoid the paradox? Costa and his team found that a free agent making this trip could exercise free will without necessarily affecting what they would find back in the present. The grandfather paradox might simply not be a problem at all. And I had a feeling someone doing research on this topic would entertain my question about future people checking us out from space. No, there's a grandfather paradox. It's like those things when you're like when on Family Guy when Stu goes back and and then they saves what's the name, doesn't he? With his time machine, he saves what's the name? Kurt Cobain. By just giving him Argandars ice cream.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I'm not even if you could go back in time and like you wouldn't want to I don't need this example unless you're really bloody suicide sadistic and that. You wouldn't go back in time just to kill your own grandfather, would you?
No.
Not even if I was going back in time, I would go back to probably key like not key points in history because there might be some kind of butterfly effect. But I'd go back to certain points, and just be like, like I don't know, probably that I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. Probably it's between in 60s or something, just to see what the fashion and the culture was like back then,
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments where you would go back in time to if you could. Where would you go back in time to, mate? If you could. Hey, mate.
Ancient Egypt.
You'd go back to ancient Egypt?
Aye. Cleopatra the Fourth.
You'd want to see Cleopatra, would you?
The fourth, yeah.
Any particular reason, or did you just want to see what her reign was like?
I want to see Caesar, the Romans in Egypt. I want to see that.
Oh, like Mark Antony and that, yeah.
Aye.
Well, considering Mark Antony and Cleopatra, the thing, yeah.
I thought Caesar.
Yeah, well, I was going back like further. I would probably go back to Egypt would be cool, but I'd probably go back to Aztecs or that, or
What's after?
Mayans, or Mayans. Yeah, I'd go back to like around that time, the Mayans and Aztecs.
Aye.
And I'd really like, and I'd probably ask them one question. I'd really like to like I discussed the other day with Daniel. Why? And then when I showed you that when we saw that video, why are we always going towards the Pleiades? Why are you going towards the Pleiades for?
Yeah.
But yeah, in the future, I don't want to go to the. There would be one place I'd go to the future, and that would be when we're out amongst the stars, just to see what it'd be like, But it'd be cool though, just to like I said, let me know in the comments where you'd go back in time to. But like I'm saying, could we be could they UFOs be us from the future? Like we said earlier, it's a distinct possibility, but you don't know whether any of it was like said it in like brought up like bullshit, basically, just to try and throw people off a scent,
Yeah.
I'm going to be talking about what's the name on another episode. Apparently there's a base on the moon, everyone that we don't see, but that's apparently an alien base. Don't know how true it is.
I've heard that theory.
You heard that theory, have you?
Aye.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that soon.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, doesn't need anything. And they call the time traveling UFO hypothesis as the Terminator theory as well.
Ah, not heard that one.
Two books published in the 1800s discussed this theory though of us going back in time. By Pierre Boitard in his popular 1861 book, Paris Avant l'Homme, or Paris Before Men, featuring a man that was sent back to prehistoric Earth where he interacts with an ape-like ancestor. And then a few years later, in 1887, Camille Flammarion published Lumen, a novel about an alien soul traveling through different worlds and historical periods.
Yeah, I can see that.
Human beings have reported unknown objects in the sky since antiquity. In the 1890s, a wave of mystery airship sightings were reported throughout the US, followed by Foo Fighters and ghost rockets during World War II. So we've had visitors ever since, ever since the dawn of time, basically, it looks like. Yeah, 1450 the first one No, were they really saying that the UFO was like seen 218 BC.
Really?
I'll just go it up now. 218 BC. There you go. Ships in the sky. Location Europe, the Roman Republic, and Rome, Italy. During the build-up to the Second Punic War, Livy recorded prodigies in the winter sky, including phantom ships that had been seen gleaming in the sky. So 218 BC they've been around. They were seen them. Apparently we've seen them. So if they are future humans, they've gone back to that far back. But for what? No offense, but why would you go back that far back, you know?
No, I don't know.
Like I said, leave in the comments what you guys think and why you think we'd go back that far, but that's nuts. Anyone, there been any recent ones? Last year. That's the last time, last January and February. So there's been nothing this year. Or there has been some, but they're not doing reported on it yet. Ancient Aliens done I don't know, an episode on this about UFOs and that. No. About them going back, about them being future time travelers. For anyone guys who wants to check it out, it's episode 9 of series 4. But yeah, it's hang on a minute. Apparently, if we need to harness the speed of light, we need to find something that will travel 186,000 miles a second.
A second?
A second.
Good luck with that.
Basically, we've got we can get. It's possible to get something like Turtles will get something up to 1% the speed of light, but it would take enormous amount of energy, apparently. So whatever these UFOs are doing, they're either done the speed of light or they've got some kind of different way they're coming to us. I can't think of anything else what would be able to go that fast. Can you? Because I don't think nuclear fusion or all that would be able to do that.
It might be enough of it.
Then you could just trying to think of what else could come into the atmosphere that fast and then leave that fast. If we ain't not using the speed of light. So yeah, nuclear fusion maybe. So I can't think of anything else which could theoretically. You, mate, can you think of anything?
Didn't know a lot of sodium and water, I'd imagine.
Could be. They got to come into our atmosphere and then to stay here for quite a little bit and then somehow zip off like that. Like they come, zoop, then stay here for about a few seconds and then go, zoop, and then go again, don't they?
Aye.
I don't know if anyone's theorized it, but I don't know how fast a UFO could travel. Hang on. No, I don't want to know how fast is Kyle Walker.
Walker.
How fast is one light year though? If you're working it out, would take. Guess how many trips around Earth?
How many?
32 million.
Million?
Yeah. Well, one light year is roughly 32 million trips around Earth.
That's mental.
Astronomers measure interstellar distances in light years, which is the distance light travels in a year, and spans 6 trillion miles. So that's what I'm saying. Even the UFOs, that's what I'm saying about the UFOs. They've got to be some kind of they've got to have some kind of energy, you know. So that is you know. They've got to have some kind of wicked fucking energy source. Or if they are us from the future. Perhaps we've gone onto a planet where one day where we could find this fucking energy source. You never know.
No,
It could be a crystal or anything like all we know.
no.
Could go to a planet called Waxicon and blooming find fucking bluish greenish crystals that can harness so that we can help us harness speed, and then they'll give us the fucking UFO capabilities. You never know, do you?
No, you don't.
That's probably why they're coming back to us. They're probably like thinking themselves, fucking hell, it's getting to the point of the state of our cycle where you're supposed to be near about where we expected you to be, and you're so far behind. If you saw an alien, right, what would your first question be?
It's a.
Pun?
I don't know. Never
You
thought
don't.
about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. People ask a lot like that, but what would your first question be? You're like, honestly, you wouldn't want to get killed, obviously, but you'd also want to be like, it'd be like a cool moment in a way, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it
You'll
would
be
be,
eating
yeah.
something. I'll be like, so I should be like, so what planet are you from, and how many other planets are like there with life out there? At least we know. At least I know that we're not alone.
Yeah, but yes.
What would be my question?
Yeah.
That's what I'll be like. I'll be like, how many planets out there have we that we not discovered, or how many planets do you know that have life on them? Like I'd be like kind of like that.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Interested
Or
about it.
yeah, or I'd be like, what have you heard about Earth that we don't about, or why do you keep on? Have you come back to Earth so many times? What is special about us? It's like that's what I'll be like. I'll be like, you know. I mean, like, what's special about us? Why do you keep coming back to our planet? Are we the only ones that you know that you know, or is it? Are we the only ones that are like humanoid or not humanoid? But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or is there something on our planet that we ain't found yet that you're wanting to come back for? And you're waiting for it to be found. But I still think that there's a lot of things under our ocean.
There is. There will be.
And yeah, and yet, like I say on like I say on another show, the NASA spends more money wanting to go to space than they want to do to go under in our ocean. Why are they so afraid of our ocean? Which they're not afraid of if we go to space. Did they know something that we don't and they not want to release it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like they're so quick to give like $1 billion or whatever pound or $1 billion or whatever to the space to fund space expeditions, and yet there's not been one ocean expedition, and yet they got in their name that they do submarine, basically. You see, it's the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Yeah, all they're doing, NASA, is focusing on the space side. Why not the aeronautics side and go into our ocean?
Yeah.
What are you afraid of? Is there something under the ocean that we don't know about that you found, or have you got evidence of there's something being there? I mean, there's something's going on.
Yeah. But what?
Wild West Rampage.
That's the thing. But what? You can't tell me that you want to spend all this money on space, and that when like there's like something like 5% or something being discovered on of Earth, basically of you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
5% of the ocean. There you go. 5% of the ocean has been explored and tried by humans. And yet you want to spend all this time going into space. There's 95% of our own ocean that ain't been discovered, and you should be doing you want to spend all this money on rockets and shit. That's what pisses me off. It's in their name, for fuck's sake, aeronautics. So they should be focusing on that side as well.
Yeah, shit.
I could be wrong, and people, you can leave in the comments what you think. But I think we should be doing more on the far ocean.
Yeah.
That might be why the UFO. I'm not saying it is a distinct possibility, but that could be why the UFOs keep coming back. They're probably like, "Why are you focusing on finding us for? Don't you want to focus on what's on underneath your ocean? What you ain't found?" For all you know, they could have they could be fucking, I don't know. I'm not saying there is, but there could be an alien underground base or underwater base or something there, which was put there years ago.
Yeah. You're right. It could be. We don't know.
Exactly, and this because I don't really. There's all them stories about Lemuria and Atlantis. They could all be like, if they did go underground and they didn't, and they weren't like the extraterrestrials, they got sunk. That ancient civilization might have found a way to survive underwater.
Yeah.
You never know.
I might evolve to have gills, but might have evolved to have gills or something.
Yeah, you don't know, do you?
A fish like humanoid lungs.
Yeah. Could be anything.
Aye.
But you watch, we'll probably get told in a couple of weeks or a day or so, or a couple of months or whatever. NASA funds new space expedition.
Yeah.
Here you go, 5 hours ago. This NASA spacecraft reveals cave on the moon that could be a future base. And then 3 days ago, NASA's $5 billion Europa Clipper mission may not be able to handle Jupiter's radiation. They spent $5 billion on a new spacecraft.
Fuck's sake.
And yet they're not even discovering our own ocean.
Have not discovered more of the universe than we have our ocean.
Dave, I'm wondering why. Like, this is go on top. But look, but NASA's $5 billion Europa Clipper mission may not be able to handle Jupiter's radiation. There you go. The robotic explorer, which we will launch this October, will embark upon a $5 billion mission to assess the potential of Europa, an ice-covered ocean moon of Jupiter, to support life as we know it. Europa Clipper is scheduled to arrive in the Jupiter system in 2030. Fucking hell.
Think we'll survive to see 2030.
Yeah, it's going to be in Jupiter by 2030. Yeah, there you go. Europa Clipper is scheduled to arrive in the Jupiter system by 2030.
Ah,
So basically, we're going to Jupiter to assess one of their moons, an ocean moon, to support life as we know it. To assess if we can support life. Why aren't you looking underneath water? We should be having underwater cities or something by now, surely.
yeah. That makes sense.
Oh, that's crazy. Hello. You see that?
What was it?
A NASA astronaut has spotted some spooky-looking red lights floating in Earth's atmosphere. Look. There you go.
That's amazing.
Look at that. But you look, guys. You go with NASA, look.
Ah, that's mental. Yeah, that's mental.
Yes. But if you could put NASA in, look.
Aye.
There's nothing about ocean. If I put NASA ocean in, let's see what the last thing was about ocean.
That's mental.
There, 21st of March. Is the ocean continuing to warm? Yes. There you go. Why? I want to listen to this. Why do they want to explore Jupiter's ocean moon? Everywhere there's water on Earth, there's life. Does that hold true elsewhere in the solar system? So you want to go to the water planet on the water moon of Jupiter to see if there's life there, and you just said it there. On Earth, there's life in our waters. You don't know. They only discovered 5%. You don't know what else is living under the fucking 95% of the ocean. Give me strength, NASA, for fuck's sake. I'm going to leave this part here, everyone, but let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, and like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to Caleb for coming on. Like I said, be sure to go check out his channel. And thank you all so much for watching. Love and be kind to everyone. Respect everyone. and most of all, when it comes to this kind of thing, one, they could be true, and we could be getting visited by future humans, or on the second hand, they could be coming to us and telling us, "Fuck off, leave us alone, and discover your own fucking ocean first." Take care, everyone. And